This is the Facebook Live, 18th of May, 2020. Peace.
Greetings, Jerome. Welcome. Welcome, dear ones. Welcome to you all. May the living spirit that is within all things and deep within you brings forward the power of love. Come forward. Bring you the light, the elevation, the power of your higher self, the divine presence that is your true essence. And in these times of your uncertainty, bring you certainty within, power of your mind, clarity of perception, of seeing through illusion, power of heart, and standing strong in the love within you, radiating the love into your personal space, bringing strength into your heart and courage to speak truth, to communicate truth, courage to investigate truth, discover truth, and bring to your body good health, stamina, strength, well-being, immunity, abundance of all that you need, coming forward in the beauty way with the greatest of ease. And bring you to that place of deep soul connection, harmony and peace and joy, deep understanding that is beyond the mind. Breathing deep, dear ones, for indeed in these times you need to frequently attune to your breath, to remember the inner worlds, to remember that which is being, in that sense, forced upon you or coming upon you against your will or not particularly of your making, that you have the option to create around yourself your own world, your own reality. You do, in fact, do that all the time, but remember how important right now it is to bring joy, peace, positivity, well-being, upliftment, that sense of certainty that all is well, that you belong to the divine source, that you are surrounded by beings of light, guides and helpers, family, relations, ancestors in the spirit world. Think of them. Open your heart, your chakras. Imagine them. For right now you are in a transitional period and perhaps you can't quite see them all, as there is a blanket of gray that is being purposely wrapped around so that you can't see them all. But this will change. Imagine them. Be as a child, imagine the most beautiful beings you can imagine. Beings of all kinds of ethereal colors, blue and violet, gold and silver. Beings who you know emanate from the heavenly realms and are gathered around the earth at this time. These souls, some are human, some have evolved, and though human appear more godlike, goddess-like, some are angelic and archangelic. Some come from other dimensions, have slightly different forms. They all have beautiful, benign, and loving eyes, for they are those who work with us in this temple of light. Open, even if you cannot see anyone, do not worry. Just know that they are there, with you, where you are, and here, and everywhere. And that the world that they inhabit It's a world where there is not time and space like this dimension where you are dwelling at this time. They dwell in the worlds of light, in other densities of light, and yet they bring for you power, energy, gifts of love, of kindness, of upliftment, and especially at this time of strength of mind, positivity, energy for your heart. Breathe open and feel yourself saying thank you. Feel yourself offering your gratitude. Thank you so much, all beings of light, for being here with me this day and all days. Feel yourself opening to the guidance that comes into your body through the impulses of light that enter through your light body, into your chakras, into your whole system, guiding you. Sometimes you do not even know why you would turn right, not left, but there was that reason that you didn't even think about of why you were guided by your instinct and intuition. And it is happening all the time. So though there are so many reasons why you might feel cut off, disconnected, separated, create for yourself the reasons why you are conjoined, connected, one with so many beings of light. And then start thinking about all your beloveds upon the earth. Perhaps some are with you. Friends, family, relations on the earth as well as in the spirit world. Think of them. Breathe, expand. Sense that you are perhaps reaching out to a relative, to a beloved, perhaps a child, perhaps a parent that you haven't seen for really quite some time now. Breathe. Really imagine in your mind's eye that you are talking to them, that you are bringing them your love. As you breathe, notice their breath. Feel their physical person in your mind's eye, also breathing where they are upon the earth. And feel yourself sending so much love to all your beloveds. Perhaps there are so many of them. Perhaps there are only one or two right now that you really want to send this love to. Imagine that all these spirit guides and beloveds around you, you know, that is their most important job, is to take your love and make sure it gets right the way into the hearts, bodies and minds of your beloveds. Just like, you know, you can go to the post office, you can put a letter in, and you know it's going to go to where you have posted it, where you have intended it. This is the physical level. So feel yourself posting your love, sending it along the airways, along the trackways of light, guides, helpers, angelic beings, taking your love, the expression of your heart to your beloveds. Perhaps inside there is a picture of love, or perhaps inside there is an embrace, a hug. Or many of your beloveds are missing your hugs, missing your body presence, missing the emanations of your physical person so precious in each other's lives. And as you contemplate the situation you are in, and you come now to the earth herself, and all the creatures, all the beings, all the beloveds, all the animals, birds, water beings, insect devas, serpent beings, all the beings who dwell within the earth, air, and the water. Feel your love. Feel how important this love is, and feel your equality with all beings. You are supporting each other. Perhaps you are feeding the birds, or perhaps you are growing the vegetables, or perhaps you are tending for your own domestic animals, or perhaps you have some farm animals, or think of what relationship you have with the nature realms and the fairy folk, elven people, pixie, gnome, leprechaun, many beings. Ah, what a wonder is this creation, beloved, that you experience. And as you feel where you are within this experience at this present time, and you feel the difference perhaps between how you are managing really well and yet you would like it to be different. There are many things that you are missing. There are places within where you are lacking, feeling bereft, perhaps feeling disempowered, disabled in a sense from living the life that you feel you came to live. And think within yourself again. We come here often to this place of, in this big change, realizing there is a hiatus between two times, two eras. What is it you are looking forward to experiencing here on earth? You still have your dreams, your visions. Is your creativity still flowing strong from the source within you? Are you filled with your desire to create beauty, truth, love, peace, harmony? Do you believe that you can create the most beautiful world here on earth, where beings are coming back into communication fully, where you will be able to have an even better life than before? Do you believe, can you create within yourself that reality strongly enough so that it is truly real? And don't worry if you can't, but just notice, because that is the step that you need to take. You are going through a very difficult pass. It's almost like it is an underworld pass between one reality and the other. And it is possible to get quite lost in the darkness of that pass. But you are being tested in that way. Can you hold your vision? Can you bring yourself through that dark pass and come out into the light, strong, undeterred? Do you believe in yourself, your creative powers? Do you know how many millions of you there are? Billions of you. And at this time, more and more of humanity awakening. Not always awakening mentally and understanding that they are awakening, but they are awakening because they are part of the earth that is awakening. For as much as there are many, many beautiful souls that have been dragged into slavery, so has the planet. And this freedom that comes, this new time that involves liberation, transformation, regeneration, and rebirth, this is for the earth, and this is for all the beloved who belong to the earth, who have come here to be part of this revelation. Bring your mind to the beauty of nature, to the plants and the flowers and the trees, the intelligence of the earth, of the water and the air, the solar rays of the earth beings. Feel yourself walking within nature. And your big heart pulsing in rhythm with the heart of the earth. For as within you, so within the earth, air, fire, and water, and as within the elements, so within your being. And you have come here to this earth to make big changes in yourselves and through yourselves to all that is here upon the earth. And there are many, many who join with you and many with whom you join. And right now, perhaps it is not always visible to you, but it is so, beloved. So we give thanks to all these beings. Give thanks for life itself. Give thanks for every one of you manifesting yourselves here in the physical plane to do this big work together of self-realization, of healing, of recovery, of retrieval, of becoming whole, of creating wholeness, creating new forms, of sharing life upon the earth. Feeling that great gratitude within you. Feeling the gratitude for each other. And especially feeling the presence of the divine that unifies all beings into oneness. And feel that affirmation which sustains you through all vicissitudes, all initiations and challenges. I am the living spirit within. I am eternal. I bring all of me to be present in this body, in this time and place. I am the bounteous essence of love. I draw love and light into every cell of my body, expanding my body of light to receive my divine self, my higher self, to radiate this love through this body, heart, and mind into the earth, into all the elements, and into all beings here present, or those who, unseen to me, surround me in the world of light, or are within the physical world, within their domicile in other places upon the planets, sending love, being the conduit of divine love. I am the conduit, divine love. Giving thanks this day and all days for the intelligence that pours from the source of creation and inspires you to stay strong in the freedom of your spirit and create more freedom, more positivity, more love, more joy, more peace and harmony wherever you go. Blessings and peace. So you see, I'm sure you do, and you hear, I'm sure you do, where Chung Fu is working with you inside, and how much you need to work like that every day. You are the force that is resisting a great push, a great energy that is coming in, and that you do not perhaps realize sometimes how strong that force is that can hold down your spirit. You have to breathe up and really expand your auric field. You have to do that work, each one of you. I know you do. You need to do it without fail. Because you know it is like in this temporal world, you see, when you have got a really strong force pushing and you are in your physical, emotional, mental body, you have to be constantly on the alert. Mindfulness, that is the word. Mental alertness, emotional alertness, so that you know, I just got hit, I just got pushed again. You know, that energy came in, I'm feeling depleted again. I have to build up my field again. Sometimes you have to do it very calmly, just resting and breathing, nothing dramatic, just being aware. I'm filling up my field again. I'm filling up with the light again. You are patient, you are strong. You have got to literally make it through this time with the resources that are within, divine resources within you. You are the ones that will make it through whole and complete, unscarred. And your children, those of you with children, or those of you who take care of children, that is what they need from you. Feeling of divine presence that never wavers. The deep knowing, the divine mind, the constancy of loving presence is so important. And you can see, beloved ones, more and more how these worlds are polarizing. The negativity and the fear creating one reality and the positivity and the love that you are creating another reality. That is how it is right now. And many are they who will be pulled over into the positivity as you gain more and more strength, as you realize, oh my goodness, we have traction, we have power, we are lifting. It's getting easier day by day, easier, lifting. That is what you're doing. And the weak ones, the good ones, the beings who are afraid and yet innocent, they will come over. They'll be drawn to you. They will come and join you. But it is polarizing, dear ones, and don't be surprised when you notice you have friends that have kind of moved miles away from you mentally, emotionally, and even physically, feel inaccessible to you, behave strangely, push you away, question you, think you're a bit crazy. That is sometimes the hardest thing for you all to notice, that those who you felt you were close to, were either friends or family, do not understand what is happening. They are so afraid and they have closed down even more. And this is also what we have been talking about, all of us, those with whom I have worked for a long time and those of you who are here working with me now. It's the time I've been working towards. And you've built up a resilience within you that can stand the onslaught of lies, of illusions, of ghouls appearing in the gray shadows, illusions, fears, threats, draconian, negative realities hovering on you as though they are real. What is real? What is your real reality? What is your choice, your creation, your will? I know you know. I hear all your answers. We talk a lot on the inside. So this is manifestation. You are the manifestors, and that will, that knowing that you are here to create goodness, kindness, peace, love, healing, that you are here to facilitate transformation, recovery, soul retrieval, the mending, the healing of old wounds. These are the truths. Don't stop. Don't change. Keep going. Keep knowing. That is why you came. But also keep your eyes open and meet with your positive gaze the empty threats and negativities being poured out through your media, through so many channels of all kinds of information and disinformation. But don't worry. Feel. Know that your feelings are guiding you. Be awake, be aware, and then follow what your higher self, what your intuition, what your guides and helpers walking with you are indicating to you. Be very respectful one unto another, even those who are not understanding and realizing. Don't try to convert them. Simply do what you are doing. Help each other, support each other. And those who come forward who are asking to know what you know or to be guided by you, then guide them willingly, beloveds. But always carefully listening. For the spirits will tell you, dear ones, they will tell you how far to go, how far those friends who may be asking you questions can go. Be gentle. Be understanding and kind. This is a time when humanity goes in different ways, beloved, and you cannot change what another individual has decided for themselves. You can only offer a bridge, a hand. You can offer if they ask. Remember, stay with your creation, stay with your strengthening and empowerment. Let people come to you to ask, and then help them. So today I'm going to listen to any questions, because I heard Jerome say we don't have that long. And you can hear my theme. It is a constant theme for this time, for now, which is to stay strong, to keep doing your practices, not to forget, to make sure you give your mind, your heart, and your body plenty of positive resource, to think positive thoughts and affirmations for your mind, to remember love for your heart, to activate love, and to be very conscious with your body. Take care of yourself, take all these supplements and vitamins and good food and exercise, and assure yourself that you are coming through to the light. These are practices, beloved. Keep doing them. So I listen to if there are any questions today. Peace.
Peace. I thought I would just join the theme by just talking about a vision really of mine that's connected to Sally and Sophie's vision, but I've just shared a link in here which I'll pin to the top of the threads, but it's basically for a couple of years now, about 4 to 5 years, I've wanted to build a Shungite sanctuary. So it's a vision I'm calling the Shungite Sanctuary, which is at the base level, it's about providing a powerful place where insects, birds and bees and butterflies can basically come and dwell to be safe. But taking it further, I will also want to build using actual, large Shungite bricks. I want to order, to start with, around 5,000 to 10,000 bricks, and they're about $20 each. So the kind of big expansion really is to ask people who have money and who are happy to donate to people's visions and good, strong earthly visions like this one, to donate to the Shungite Sanctuary. And people, the idea is people will be able to come and be in a kind of very strong space of healing, basically, and there will be other crystals, and the vision goes deep, but in a nutshell, I just wanted to sort of be brave and talk about my vision of the Shungite Sanctuary. So if you do want to donate, there's a link that I've posted here, which is a link to sign up to TransferWise, which is a really cheap and easy way to send money from any currency to any currency. And the email is shungite61@gmail.com if you do want to donate any small or large amount to the vision.
Is it not true also, Jerome, that it involves other visions with crystals, that you are creating other spaces, not just with Shungite?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It is more like a Shungite and crystal sanctuary, really, isn't it?
It is. It's not just Shungite. If you could imagine, like those little triangle tents that you often sleep in, just enough for you to lie in, basically. If you could imagine not triangle, but rectangle, and about this high off the ground, really, and then enough to fit 2 people. That's kind of on a budget. That's stage 1. Is like we would build something like this on the land, and you'd be able to come and lie inside, and it would be totally soundproofed. So you'd be able to lie in there, and literally, I mean, you could literally just go, "Wah!" You could totally, completely just scream at the top of your voice and move whatever energy you wanted to, and no one would hear a thing outside. So it's kind of like my idea of and it would be semi in the ground as well, it would be sort of 1.5 feet or so. So you'd kind of walk down a tiny little bit and then get inside it. In a nutshell, that's kind of phase 1 of the idea that I'm trying to bring about. So yeah, if you do want to donate, bring your abundance this way. Beautiful, great love, and let's do some questions.
Thank you for your vision, Jerome. It's powerful and strong. And you know, in Russia, they have places like this.
Yeah. Well, I've got a few friends that keep saying, you really ought to go out there. I'm sure it's going to happen, but as we're still on lockdown, I don't see
Not
that
right
happening.
now, but it's going to happen. That's it.
Couple questions from Julia about David Icke. She says, when I asked Chung Fu about David Icke and if it was accurate within the London Real interviews, Chung Fu did confirm that it is accurate truth, but that some of the big plans he speaks and writes of will not actually come about. And I wanted to confirm what was said.
That's right, beloved. It's quite complex. He also stands in a very unusual place in that he has a lot of inside information. And the reason for that is because he has a lot of inside connections. And so that's right. He's always known a great deal, and there are reasons for that. And so he is on one level informing people. On another level, there is some energy behind, which I think some people can pick up. It's not entirely, how can I say, straightforward or of the light. Peace.
Julia says, I have a question for today regarding flower and plant remedies. I do have a collection of Dr. Bark remedies and Australian Ian White Bush remedies and Findhorn remedies and Chalice Well remedies, most of which are out of date by 3 years. I have not used these remedies for over 2 years and do feel that many of them were appropriate for the 3 years I took them. Can you confirm if we should dispose of outdated flower remedies, or could they have a use in a bath, etc.?
Well, they can definitely have a use in a bath. What I would suggest that you do, I don't know if you have a pyramidal structure you could either purchase or create, or if you have one. Also a decagon would do it, such as Jerome has shown you before. You draw a decagon, you put the remedy in the middle, and put a crystal either under it or over it, and just energize, just feel how that is energizing. The decagon is an energizing structure, like the pyramidal structure. The other one is the pyramidal, where it's actually, if you have a pyramid that is spacious, it's not solid but spacious, and then you put either something like a container or a cup or an egg cup, something that will make the remedy stand 2/3 of the way up the pyramid in that particular spot. Again, leave it for approximately half an hour. Each one you can vitalize that way. That will restore the vitality, that will bring back the essence. What actually happens with essence is that, especially if you don't use those essences and have them flowing, in your consciousness, that essence loses a vitality. It's more about, really, though, it's an energetic vitality that can return. So you can recreate that by putting the essence either in that place within the pyramid, or within the decagon, or on a flat decagon in the center with a crystal. You can do several at a time as well. You don't have to do them one at a time. And you will sense it, you will feel it. Use your pendulum, use your various methods of testing, and ask, is this remedy back in its power? Is it come back in, the energy? Because it's energy, it's essence, you see. And so it's like a crystal. You can leave a crystal on a shelf and you think, what a nice crystal, lovely, very pretty. And then you pick the crystal up and you start activating it. That's the same crystal, but you are activating it. You are bringing the crystalline presence in. And so it's that kind of energizing that you can do in a pyramid or decagon.
And she says, homeopathic suppliers, Ainsworth's in London, England, have made up and are supplying, if requested, 2 different remedies made up from the current global dis-ease. Can Chung Fu comment on this, please, and if there is any value in taking such remedies? I did purchase these remedies, but from instinct have not taken them. I do believe one of the remedies is arsenic alb. Thank you.
Yes, they do use arsenicum for that combination. So the thing is, as I have said, and as I'm sure Ainsworth would confirm, except that they're not legally allowed to, probably, they already create an influenza type combination, and they've just done the next level. And yes, you can take, you don't have to take a lot. You can take one, because right now you're not in that sense in danger. If you feel that disease is around you a lot, or you have to go somewhere, you go shopping or something like that, and you go into a big urban complex, you just take one at the start of the day. You take one when you come home. But that's all. You don't take them like every day or anything. You just take 1 or 2 judiciously when you feel you might be in proximity. It's energetic again. You see, you've probably understood a lot from your research, all of you, but dis-ease is exactly that. Dis-ease is when you're uncomfortable, when you're out of your center, when you're distracted, when you're not present, when you're not in your ease, in your presence with divine energy, when you're not in your light body. That's really when you get ill. This has a lot of ramifications, different expressions, different dis-ease, different tendencies, different miasms. Each human being expresses this natural fact differently. And all of you, one way or another, are working with dis-ease and ease, good health. You have a balance within you. And that expresses, that is really part of your spiritual evolution if you work with it well. So you know very well that Chung Fu loves homeopathy and essential medicines, flower remedies, because they are what nature gives you. And they are the most beautiful way to work with your energy body, because all dis-ease is about energy and presence. So yes, beloved, they're useful. Peace.
Question from Silas.
Greetings.
Hi, Chung Fu. So I do my practice every day and always use a piece of elite shungite for each chakra. To go with the shungite, I either use a set of 7 citrines or use a more normal crystal chakra set, i.e. amethyst for the crown, Herkimer diamond for the third eye, etc., etc. The concept of using a mono set is quite new to me, and now I am wondering would it be good to use other 7 crystal mono sets, and I am just interested in this subject in general. Much love, Silas.
Well, you know quite a lot about the crystals, beloved. So if you want to use monosets, what happens is you are, in that sense, aligning all the crystals to a particular thought form or purpose or energy which you, in that moment or in that day, want to, in a sense, magnify within you. So if you think of all the different crystals, if I take amethyst, for example, and you are experiencing that day a bit of a low mental state, you're a bit depressed, you're not quite in that positive framework you want to be, in that mental zing that you want to have and have that feeling, then often you can use amethyst, and amethyst will attune all your chakras to your crown chakra, because it's very much vibrating with the crown chakra. But you could also use then aquamarine for the same type of purpose, where the aquamarine will also, in that sense, attune all your centers to your solar plexus as well as your crown center. So it's really a matter of understanding, or, you can intuit it as well. You can have a purpose. For example, you would like to do something creative.
Just to mention, I can provide a set of aquamarine.
Yes, oh, wonderful, that's right. And maybe other sets as well. I don't know what you have at this present time. But if you have, for example, some aquamarine or some turquoise or some...
Not turquoise.
Lapis.
Turquoise is very hard to come by.
Or lapis.
Lapis, I can get really, really high quality lapis.
Anyway, but the point really is that each one, I mean, it's a long conversation, and I can't go into every crystal, but there are certainly ways you can research the crystals and also trust your intuition. If you want to, for example, open up your heart center, you want to really soften your whole system, you want to go into a kind of a surrender, more of a working with a divine feminine, then get some rose crystal, put it on all your centers with the shungite. The shungite will then work with the rose to take away blockages to that soft feminine energy rising, that love, that presence, heart connection, but heart connection where all your centers get aligned to your heart. And we could go through all the crystals in that way. If you want to work with your creativity, you can use turquoise, you can use smoky quartz, and again, mono sets is gonna, with the turquoise, is gonna attune everything to your throat center, empowering the expression as in that kind of creativity. If you are more in the creation, in the working of something, in the creation of a song, a poem, a story, then smoky quartz, because it takes you deep. It really attunes everything to your hara. So in that way, you can work in so many different ways. But what you're really doing with the mono crystals is you are aligning all of your chakras together in different modalities. And with the shungite, you are clearing them as you go. Peace.
Peace. J. Ariadne, your message of a golden age is so inspiring, and I believe many of us are longing to create this together and live like this. I wonder, is there already such communities with humans following Chung Fu's teaching, budding or flowering? I share the video here if someone didn't see it yet. She's just sharing the last Chung Fu transmission on YouTube. Asking
yes, beloved. Well, there are many ascended beings working in your world. And of course, you are drawn here, and we are a cell within the vast wholeness of the earth, and also from the beings of light who are surrounding the earth. So there are many, many millions, billions of beings creating the new earth. You perhaps don't see it, but the more you raise your vibration, and you, as Jerome said, are determined to be living there, suddenly you realize, oh, there's someone, and you find yourself part of a vast company of beings who understand this work. So it's really vibrational. It's about your resonant field and the force of attraction. So Chung Fu's group here through this vessel is, many hundreds, maybe even thousands, but there are millions, beloved, billions of beings, and so many teachers who come forward at this time from the worlds of light, and some of them are seen and known, and some of them are not. Some of them are working just on the inner plane in the dream time with you all. Peace.
At some point, I'm going to be interviewing Chung Fu on the Chung Fu channel about, as a representative of the Council of Light in this locale, in Great Britain, in Angland, Angel Land, the ancient Isle of Avalon, what does Chung Fu see that the vision of the great brother sisterhoods of the soul is, or what is it? And, how can he explain that to us? Because it is also linked to, obviously, Chung Fu's mentioned it a few times, that he wants 144 centers globally.
Which represents probably about 300 million pounds from many sources, and they will all be created in this next 50 to 100 years. And that will be, if you like, the nursery, the breeding ground of the new race, the new human race that is coming to the earth, that is here on earth, who are also right now nurturing the starseed children who are here, and who will come forward and expand that vision even more. That vision is not only of Chung Fu, that is the Christ-like vision, that is the evolution of the earth at this time. That is not singular to me, but you will find there are many, many in your world who carry that vision, and there are many benefactors who will come forward who want to be part of that creation. That's right. Really, I know the timing of it, and I know that we have to pass through this gateway.
You're kind of like spokesman, aren't you, for the Council of Light in that way, just for us here and now.
Oh, yes, well,
sense.
absolutely, that's right. Because you see, it's about the evolution of the earth as well as all of you. This is a very important time, a most exciting, incredible time upon the earth. So I really do invite you to stay with us. We will all create together. Peace.
That leads beautifully on to Rachel De Schreiber. Dear Chung Fu, I have a question on the possibility that some places on Earth still might need cleansing, healing and purging from a past that was not always so bright and so connected to joy and love. I read some places might even witness this purging through earthquakes and other. I live in Belgium, which hadn't always the kindest past. We didn't always treat well so many beings. I wonder if there are ways to send healing and forgiving to this past, so the density that still can be felt here might clear up a bit. Peace.
Well, yes, beloved, I mean, that is actually not just Belgium. There are very few places which have escaped that particular reality of which you speak. And it is not particular to any place or any individuals. And there's always, that power that you have when you perceive, because what's happening is you're getting a message. So walk out onto the land somewhere, make a little ceremony, say a prayer. Don't think, oh, it's just me, I can't do anything. No, you can. When you work like this, when you understand that you are a conduit, when you have worked inside yourself and connected to the light every day for many years, this is what's necessary, that you go out onto the land, and very simple, in a field somewhere, in a wood somewhere, in a little, little valley somewhere, and you just take a little incense, take a little water, a crystal, a candle, and you make a little circle, and you call the spirits in of that place, and you say a prayer on behalf of the human race, and you say the Ho'oponopono. You do it on behalf of all your brothers, sisters, of all your ancestors. It will be heard, and it will move the energy. Don't think, oh, I need 50 people, or I need to have a festival, or, do something massive. Just do it, and know that great numbers of spirit people come to you to do that work with you. If you have one other person, that makes it a little more sociable. But also you can do it with your child, do it on your own. These are significant acts which join each other in a lot of many beings. All the indigenous tribes right now doing ceremony on the land, pretty much every day, they are making the links. And so when we gather here, I always link to all the indigenous peoples and all the sacred earth-loving, earth-working, earth-healing intentions that are actually proliferating now more and more on the earth. And there are also, of course, water ceremonies. There are ceremonies that are much needed in the water courses to cleanse the water courses. And again, Shungite, remember your Shungite when you do those ceremonies. That this Shungite is connecting now all over the world. That has been the intention now for close to 10 years. It's been going on. People, burying it, putting it in the waters, putting it in the trees, creating the grid of light now of Amon Shungin, of the beings of Amon Shungin, of all the societies.
I thought I'd just mention on that note, people have been donating to me some of their abundance, and I have 10 kgs of beautiful Shungite pebbles arriving.
Perfect.
Which I'm gonna start in Avalon, and I'm gonna do all the little power spots, the Gog and Magog, the Eggstone at the Tor, trees, big trees that just have that kind of vibe, even trees that are maybe struggling. And yeah, I just thought I'd mention that.
And when you do that in all the directions, you see those lines going right out in across the world, because this is the heart center. And of course, that is a particular vision to say this is the heart center. Also, remember, wherever you are is the heart center. It's your heart center. So feel yourself in that center. And again, bury some shungite in your garden, or if you go for a walk, take a piece with you, feel a sacred place, make a prayer. Remember, every single prayer is powerful and potent and very important. Peace, dear ones.
We'll just do two more.
Oh, I just want to, I'm sorry, I don't, because you came in with that, I hadn't quite completed. So the Ho'oponopono is really important to say it in those ceremonies. To say it, I love you. And that's to the earth, and that's to all humanity. I'm sorry, and that's on behalf of all the pain and suffering in the earth, on the earth, and with humanity. Please forgive me. You are standing, in that sense, representing all humanity, especially any of those who have, brought any damage or suffering to the earth or each other. Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity to make this prayer and to bring healing to this place right now. And just keep going around it a few times.
And I've shared the Ho'oponopono link in most of the lives, but I will do it again. Ho'oponopono forgiveness mantra, prayer.
And remember to, make sound and move your body, because the earth is alive. The intelligence of the earth is sensual and actual. And so make sound, sing, speak out loud. Don't just, just be silent. Allow yourself to make sound. Perhaps take a drum if you like to drum. Remember, that is your expression, your connection to the spirits, to the stars, to the sun, to the Christ light, and to the earth and all beings here.
Zoe, Appleyard, Willis. Chung Fu, I am concerned for my 3-year-old's mental well-being, and her behaviour has changed during the lockdown. What can I do more to help her? Peace.
Well, I'm not surprised, beloved. I think most people's behavior has changed during the lockdown, to be honest. And for the little ones, it is traumatic and shocking to deal with this. What I hope is that you're keeping your little one close and you're taking, good care of her in that sense, and that, you understand it's very, very stressful for her, because she didn't expect this. She was on a particular course, and then suddenly she is, turned left and gone down an alleyway she absolutely did not know she was going down. And also the little ones, they want their friends. They were making their life. They were building their society. So they are really missing all their friends. So if there's any way that you can, of course, I don't want to suggest anything illegal. Heaven forbid. Oh, my goodness. However, make sure you do try and make some kind of, as soon as possible, quietly make some arrangements, make a, get some connection going for her, because that's basically what's going on. She is very sensitive, and she's picking up all the fear, and it's just not the world she wants to live in. So we understand, beloved, and I'm sure that's very difficult for you as well. So yes, think about how you might, I think the laws are changing, and you're allowed to visit one friend or whatever it is. So take full advantage of whatever is possible for you, and don't let your child get further isolated. Peace, beloved.
Peace. Well, that's all we have time for today. That is all the questions.
So now what I would like you all to notice is the number of people who came forward today, a number with, healing the earth, healing their beloveds, healing spirit beings, healing their children, and I'm sure all of you identified with that or know someone who identifies with that. And as I bring in the blessing today, I would like you to remember your power. Remember each one of you. And when you come together, the great saying that the whole is greater than the sum of all its parts. Realize that this little gathering of you all, you have power. So each of you think of a person. It could be someone mentioned here today, or it could be a person that you want to bless. And as I bring the blessing in, I want you to imagine you're saying it all yourself and you're sending it to those people who need energy, love, upliftment, who are maybe isolated, afraid, cut off. This can't go on without having, of course, some negative effects. So we want to alleviate those effects and send healing out into the world to all beloveds, and especially those in difficult situations. So taking a nice big breath and feeling the strength in your heart and expanding your chakras as we say thank you. We say thank you to all the guides and helpers around every single one of you. We say thank you to all your relations, all your family, friends, and ancestors in the spirit world, and all those upon the earth. We say thank you to the ascended beings of light, great brother sisterhood, who surround the earth at this time and bring forward their emancipating, liberating teachings of unity, community, reconnection. We see the earth reconnecting. We see people coming out, hugging. We see celebration on the streets. We see street parties and joy. We hear music blaring into the atmospheres. We see people jumping for joy. We see children running, playing out in nature, out on the streets. We see people honking their horn, saying, "Yay, all is well." We see the people of the earth coming out onto the beloved earth, and we feel the love of the earth inviting the people into loving connection upon the earth. We breathe in that vision and we see it going forth into creation. We feel the people of the earth awakening and understanding the power of mind, of illusion, the power that has been created through fear. We see and understand that love, as it pours forth through you all, is blasting through that fear, swallowing it, devouring it, dissolving it. Breathe in the love, and together, each one magnified by 100, coming together in a great company of powerful beings of light, sending love and healing out into the world, out into people, out to all nations, out to all countries, and especially to those who are suffering lack, who are suffering with dis-ease, with the pain of fear and isolation. And we give thanks. Give thanks that the living spirit that is within all things comes forward for each and every one of you, blessing you every day with that power of your highest self, bringing you positivity of mind to restore yourself to that beautiful power of love in every moment, to bring back in every moment your pure divine presence. And we send that out into the world. And we give thanks for the power of heart, for the Christ light that shines in each and every one. And we give thanks for this opportunity for each of you of initiation, of meeting your fear. For only your fear do you meet. For when the triggers come, understand it's your fear, and it's your fear that your love will come forward within you to consume, to dissolve. And we give thanks for the power that is within you, that comes forward and creates strength, positivity, love, joy, confidence, courage, and that magnifies itself and magnifies the magnification of itself and just keeps on magnifying until it covers all the world with your vision of love, peace, harmony, beauty, truth, love, well-being, deep soul connection between each and every soul, and deep understanding that is beyond the mind. Thank you so much for coming forward. Keep going with the work. You're getting stronger every day. Blessings and peace, dear ones.
Blessings and peace.